Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and this weekend I'm going to be talking about the 10 most important keys that came out in 2021. Now, before we get into it, I'd like to talk about my new giveaway. If you didn't watch the live stream from Wednesday, then we celebrated our 600 subscriber giveaway. We gave the winners the comics from the last giveaway, and we announced the 4 comics, that's right, 4 this time, that we'll be giving away for our 700 subscriber giveaway. God, I can't talk. But so we have Venom, Lethal Protector number 1. We gave one of those away during our 500 subscriber giveaway. It seemed to be really popular, so I decided to do it again. We have our Spider-Man 2099 number 1. This book's recently been blowing up. We have our Werewolf by Night 32 facsimile. Despite it being a facsimile, it has garnered a decent amount of value with all the Moon Knight hype going on. And then this beautiful Art Adams Strange Academy 13 cover, which is actually, despite it not being a key, it is the most expensive book that I have over here, I think. So yeah, I'll be making a video probably Monday going into all the details, but it's the same as all my other giveaways. So let's go ahead and start talking about the 5 most important Marvel keys. This week I'm doing Marvel, or this video I'm doing Marvel, and on Sunday's video I'll be doing DC and indie books that I picked. I just picked 10 random books that I thought were really important. I noticed 5 of them were Marvel, and then the rest of them were DC and independent. So I decided to go ahead and split it up this way. So the number 5 book on our list for today is going to be America Chavez number 3. This is a $10 book, and the importance of this, it's the first full appearance of Catalina Chavez, which is America's sister. This series is a little 5-part miniseries, came out last year. I enjoyed it. It completely rewrote America's backstory, which will be kind of interesting to see because, you know, we're going to be getting America Chavez in Multiverse of Madness, and it does appear that they're going to be using her, original origin, which makes sense. Because this is so new and fresh, but I'm curious to see if this will ever come into play later on in the MCU, and they go on and retcon and retell her origin in a different way. It's not a direct retcon. It's not like they're in this miniseries just like, we're ignoring the past. It's taking that past origin and weaving it into a different direction. So, and again, this is the first full appearance of her sister, and even if, it takes a long time for any of this to see anything like that in the MCU, even if it does happen, I think, as soon as we get that character and, we get a chance to fall in love with the, film adaptation of her, I think there'll be a lot more interest in America Chavez, which will, turn into all of her keys slightly seeing an increase, So right now, the, general audience that doesn't know anything about America Chavez, they've only seen, I think, her back. There's a little flash 1 second, clip in a trailer where we see her jacket and whatever, the big star on her jacket, and that's about it, So when the general audiences get to see the movies and then start to fall in love with this new character, maybe that'll really start increasing the prices of all of her keys and all of her different things that have different, more people will have more interest in her stuff. So I think it's a pretty prominent key, and I'm not sure if we're done with Catalina Chavez yet in the the comic storyline. So moving on to number 4 on the list, I have Black Cat Annual, and this is also about a $10 book. The significance of this one is being the first full appearance of the Tiger Division, which is a new Korean, superhero team, the Korean Avengers or whatever you want to call them. And there's been I've noticed a significant push on these characters within the last year especially. So Marvel has even, I think they made some kind of announcement that they're going to be, they plan on doing more with Korean heroes and stuff, and I think maybe even some Korean, like, MCU stuff, maybe? I could be saying that wrong, I don't remember exactly, but, they've definitely been making a push in the comics, at least. We got that, it was a Death of Doctor Strange White Fox one-shot recently, and that was actually really good. I really enjoyed that. And we got the first full appearance of them here in Black Cat Annual, and I don't think that they'll be going anywhere anytime soon. I wouldn't be surprised to see a new series popping up for them sometime in the near future. They've really been, doing like little things to kind of ease it into introducing this team and making more people familiar with them. So, and it's a Black Cat book, so of course I had to get it. I think I have the main cover and a variant of this one. But yeah, I think it's a solid book to go ahead and pick up, and pretty affordable. Why not? Go ahead and grab you a $10 key. So, moving on to the third book on the list here, we have Moon Knight number 3, about a $15 book. Now, this is the first full appearance of Hunter's Moon, originally introduced seeming to be a new adversary, but I'm not going to spoil anything, but it is seeming more so he might be more of a frenemy. I'm not exactly sure, and again, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm not exactly sure myself. I think in the next coming issues, we'll start to see a little bit more of the complexities of this character. That being said, the Moon Knight trailer just dropped. There's already been a lot of hype around Moon Knight. The Moon Knight trailer definitely helped explode it even more. This Moon Knight series that's ongoing right now, we've been selling out. And the comic shop that I work at, we sell out every issue. Every single issue we sell out. We can't keep a single like backstock Moon Knight of other older series. We have no we have no Moon Knight in stock. Anytime we get any in, it's always instantly gone. So needless to say, there's already a lot of hype around Moon Knight, but I think when we actually get the series, it's gonna go supernova. Like it's gonna be insane. And this series has been great. It is one of my absolute favorite series to read every month. It's super solid. I can't recommend it enough, and I can only assume that when the series comes and it goes and there's more interest in Moon Knight and more people start checking out other Moon Knight stuff, and presumably more people will be checking this series out, which is crazy because it's already at our shop anyway, like I think the second most popular title. But when more people want to be checking out the series and get more interest in the Moon Knight, I think already, there's so many Moon Knight keys that are already just crazy compared to how they used to be. So I think there will be a lot more interest in Moon Knight, and it's a good book to have. I'm really curious with Hunter's Moon where he's going. Like I said, I think the next couple issues or so are really going to flesh him out a bit more, and I can't wait for it. So moving on to number 2 on the list for today, we have Star Wars High Republic number 1. This is about a $20 book. First appearance of, I'm probably saying these names wrong, but Keeve Trennis, Avar Kriss, and Skier, and also just our first introduction to anything High Republic. I think if we ever get anything, whether it's a live action movie or a Star Wars animated show, if we get anything High Republic, even if it's not about this core set of characters, this book will still go up in price. I think this is one of those just fundamentally strong keys you can't go wrong with picking up. I know it kind of got a little dicey there for a second because honestly, the first, I think it's like 6 issues or so are kind of until they defeat the Dringir, which is just a boring enemy. It really is. There's parts of the first 6 issues that I like, but the Dringir as an enemy sucked. I'm not gonna lie. But immediately the next issue after they're gone, I've really started enjoying the series. This last one that came out, issue number 13, I thought was really good, and I'm actually really excited for issue 14. I thought it left off at a really interesting point. And I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but my point is, at some point, there's going to either be an animated series, a live-action movie, maybe a video game. We're going to get more stuff about the High Republic. And then, as we expand more of the lore of that time period, just as time continues, this is going to get a bigger and bigger key, or become a bigger and bigger key. And like I said, if we get these characters in whatever that is, then yes, people will definitely be interested in their first appearance. But even if not, this is High Republic number 1. It's gonna be a big deal, and I think for many points it has all the markings of a really strong key. Then moving on to the number 1 book on my list, but before we do, quick reminder, I'd love to see you at our Wednesday streams. They start at 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday night, and like I said, this last one was an absolute blast. Even though chat was attacking me a bit, we were having a good time. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the next one. They're always very exciting to do. So I'd love to see you there if you can make it. If not, I understand. That's not really passive aggressive, but I know not everyone can make it at that certain time and everything. But let's go ahead and talk about my number one Marvel key that you should pick up. And we're talking about Taskmaster number 3. And this might be a weird one to some people, because like okay, well, first of all, $25 book, first appearance of Taiguchi. Hopefully saying that right. I don't know. It's a new Korean hero, kind of like a Superman or a Sentry type character. He's the muscle that is brought to the Tiger Division. And you might be wondering, like, why is this a bigger key than Star Wars High Republic, which, like I said, has all these checks, like if anything goes right in any direction, this will be a good key. And this is like kind of an obscure little character. Why is this the big one you have to get? Well, the thing is, Star Wars High Republic, despite, I think not everybody jumped on at the beginning. It was a new Star Wars title, and everyone knew there was going to be new first appearances and stuff like that. I think, there was a lot of people that jumped onto this one, and so there's definitely a good number of these printed. Especially the number 1 had 3 covers. The third, the cover C actually being a pretty popular one as well. There's just a lot more of this book that exists. And Taskmaster was a miniseries I thoroughly enjoyed, written by Jed MacKay, but this is before Jed MacKay kind of exploded. Now he's he's doing Death of Doctor Strange and Moon Knight, and just finished up his Black Cat series. And if you see Jed MacKay on something now, like, I feel like a lot of people were like, oh yeah, I gotta hop on that. But at the time, nobody was talking about Jed MacKay, and I grabbed the miniseries because I'm a longtime fan of Taskmaster. I was just checking it out. It was a complete surprise first appearance, just random. Nobody knew anything about it. I remember this book when it came out, and just out of nowhere, and it exploded because nobody ordered it. Nobody was reading the series, despite it being really, really good. One of my favorite number 1 issues. First of all, I love the whole miniseries, but that first issue is so good. It's Taskmaster and Bullseye, and kind of in a golfing competition for part of it. Super funny stuff. A lot of action in the series, and also a lot of funny jokes and everything. It's a good little mix of action and comedy. But yeah, so I'm just sitting here reading this miniseries. I'm like, who is that guy? And they introduced Taiguchi as this new obstacle as Taskmaster's doing his thing. And it was just, like I said, complete surprise. Nobody was expecting it. There's no previous solicitation, get ready for this new hero or nothing. And again, I do think they're making their way into slowly introducing the Tiger Division and making people more familiar with them. They clearly wanted to give them a new character, so they gave them some new muscle with Taiguchi to really help strengthen the team. So I think there's definitely something down the pipeline for the Tiger Division, and this is a very low print book that nobody was getting, and sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes a book doesn't even really need to be key. It's just like, oh my god, this thing's so crazy low print, nobody was grabbing it. This, again, low print, just awesome cover that nobody really ordered because they didn't show the image, and by the time people actually ordered it. So sometimes it doesn't even have to be anything key for a book to go up in value. So this being a first full appearance of a character, first any appearance, there's been no cameo or nothing. He's like, here I am, And so with it being a first appearance and a low print run on top of that, I think if anything ever really happens with this character, this book will explode entirely. So that's my 5 most important Marvel keys that came out in 2021. Like I said, Sunday I'll be coming out with a video talking about 5 more keys. They'll be indie and DC books. And I'm really excited about those as well. And then probably Monday will be a video. I'll, like I said, go into further detail about the giveaway for 700 subscribers. Definitely make sure you're getting your comments in. It's the same as all my giveaways, you know, but every comment on a different video gives you another chance to win. But we're already over 620 subscribers, so go ahead and get those comments in, because at this rate, it won't be very long. Because we just hit 600 last week. So it's one week, and we're already a fifth of the way there to 700. So, yeah, thank you all so much for the love and support. I hope to see you all in the next one.